morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. Just want to start off by saying I got my truck washed the other day, which I'm going to attach it to in the beginning real quick. For the first time, I think in 3 years after I got it washed, why I think it's hilarious. It's the first time after getting a truck washed, I didn't run into rain within 12 hours of getting it washed. Like my old truck, I would wash it, it'd be clear, okay, you got to go whatever, to Ohio, wherever, and then you're running into rain and it just whacked it out. It's just like, oh my God, why did I wash it? You know, but this is the first time in that minute since I've been a truck driver where I washed my truck, and I've actually had sun for the last 3 days. So I'm quite thrilled about it. Truck's running good. I'm warming her up now. Actually, I'm going to shut her down. I'm going to pull over to, I'm gonna crawl to get some reefer fuel because I'm minus 10. And here's another thing I want to talk about. I'm at minus 10. I've got the plugs in the back. I stuck paper towels up there. And this thing, because it's so hot out, I can't believe it's so warm. It's gonna be 88 degrees today. It was 86 yesterday. And the thing, once the sun came up and over the horizon, as the sun to come up over the trees now, doesn't shut off until the sun goes down. So naturally I'm burning fuel. But with this trailer, there's a few things I want to discuss. When I first get the trailer at the 01, I had a short run, 100 miles, pick up 100 miles, deliver same day. First thing I roll into is, this is the trailer they gave me, this is the trailer number, no mud flap on the driver's side. On the left side, the mud flap is hanging down. So naturally, thankfully, thank God, because now I'm in Georgia and there's only so many truck stops. I would have to fight the traffic to get to Atlanta to get a mud flap. Now I'm driving an illegal trailer. Whether or not the mud flap was off for multiple people or one person, somebody before me didn't inspect or didn't realize they lost the mud flap because they brought it to that shipper with no mud flap on. So, you know, whatever. I had taken off the prime mud flaps that came with this truck, and I went and bought Peterbilt mud flaps. Now I was saying to myself, should I save these mud flaps, the prime mud flaps, or should I just discard them? Because never before have I done a mud flap on a trailer. I was like, you know what? They fit in my bunk. Let me put them on the bottom part of my bunk, and I'll put all my crate on top of it, and just in case, you never know, you know. And sure enough, it came true. I needed a mud flap, and I had it in the truck, so I let road assist know. Go ahead, blah blah blah. We're gonna pay you $20. All right, whatever. I'm not getting rich off changing mud flaps. But on the other side, on the passenger side, it was hanging. So I kind of unscrewed the screws and reset it up. I mean, I really buried it enough to where she's not going anywhere. She's good now. Okay, so that's that. Then I get sick. It started actually happening on Wednesday night when I was driving down the road. My throat starts becoming sore, and I knew what was coming. I have no vitamin C, no lemon juice, none of those goodies that you need to kind of take care of yourself. But so now I got this trailer, and the omen begins. Right? It's one thing wrong, kind of catapults or snowballs into more stuff. Now my tandems. I delivered it, didn't ask me to slide my tandems. I just backed into the dock. They unloaded me. 6.5 hours later, I get my paperwork, detention, thank you. From there I went, because I already had a pre-plan, and that was 90 miles down the road. From there, I went to the 01. There was a truck stop right next door to it. This is in, where did I pick up here? There's a truck stop right next door to it. southern. I'm south of Newman, Georgia, and by chance there's a truck stop right next door to the 01. So I got to the 01 after I left the 90 way before my appointment time was 11 in the morning. I got there like 6:30. So I pulled into the truck stop feeling like shit. Took a nap, woke up, went to the 01. They don't have the product ready. Back into Dock 19, leave your doors closed, keep your reefer running, and as soon as we have the product, we'll knock on the door, which turned out to be so bad. So about mid-afternoon, I would say about 12:30, okay, back into the dock. Slide your tandems all the way to the rear, you know how that works. And sure enough, okay, everything is fine. Okay, ready to pull out, set my tandems, and luckily they slide. This is the last time it slid. So I'm in the 13th hole. I'm legal in all the states. I'm legal on weight and all that good stuff. So I go to, because I have a feeling my trailer gauge is off, because it's saying 36,000 on my trailer gauge. And I'm like, there's no way. The way it pulls, there's no way it's 36,000. I'm in the 13th hole. So I went to the nearest truck stop, got on the CAT scale. Sure enough, this trailer was off by nearly 4,000. It's actually total on the tandems. Was 31,820. It read nearly 36,000. So it was off by, geez, almost 5,000 pounds. No mud flap hanging. Tandem weight's not set. Who is? And again, listen, you truck drivers out there who are taking these risks, man, and not checking stuff, dude. Eventually, people. I know you don't want to hear it from an old grumpy guy who's got a chest cold. Eventually, that's going to catch up with you, and you're going to get a ticket by. Maybe you care or you don't care. You know, the CDL is the easiest license to lose, the hardest to get. And how hard is it to go to a Petro or a TA or a Love's and get a mud flap and put it on? Because you know damn well you knew there was no mud flap on it. You drove there. You knew damn well you're driving down the road and you can't get those tandems right. And I don't know what hole you were driving in, thinking that you can get over. That you're making weight. I mean, how could you even? So you were basically running down the road, either heavy, or probably heavy at some point in somebody's journey. They were running ridiculously heavy, and not even going to say, let me spend $13.50 to check the weights. So anyway, I go to come that I'm legal. I'm 31,000. I'm 32 up here up front, so I'm fine. 13th hole. But I said, you know, I can get a little bit better, because I like to run the weights evenly between my drives and my tandems. So I go to pull the pins, and you know, they usually all don't retract. So what I like to do is I like to keep the trailer brakes on, push in the tractor brakes, and I like to pop it, which means move forward a little bit, and you'll hear the pins pop, pop, pop. I didn't hear the pop. Like, okay, let me try it reverse. Sometimes that happens too. Nope. I said, okay, there's definitely something wrong. So I look, both front pins are still stuck in the hole. So I take out my hammer, I hit it. As soon as you hit it, it springs back out, which now I know from past experience, because this happened to me before. There's a spring that's broken somewhere on both sides. Now, when both sides do the same thing that I learned, it's both an airbag and a spring that's gone. So to fix it, you can put a nail in there or some kind of cotter pin. That's what sheared off, because there was no cotter pin between them. Whatever. I'm not going to get into the mechanic technical. You figure it out for yourself. But so that broke on me. So I came up 500 miles up to the Petro, thinking, hey, listen, Petro, TA, they're always fixing trailers. They can get it done. Well, little did I know that, yeah, yeah, you're right. The airbag in the spring is broken, but we don't have the part, and the parts place that we deal with is closed on Saturday. Go figure. Trucking, right? I think 24 hours, 7 days a week, we got to run, but what's important when something breaks, they go home and sleep for the weekend. Nope, you got to wait till Monday. So I let Road Assist know. I have got a delivery at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. We could deal with it later. Now, I've done my part. You know, now I shouldn't have to be, hopefully, my next load is a dropping hook. And let somebody else do it. I'm sorry, folks. I did everything in my power to correct the wrongs on this trailer. At -10 in the summertime, burning fuel. I've already put 21 gallons in. I'm about to roll up to the fuel, the pumps, and stuff it with fuel. Now I'm going to lose another half a tank of fuel today because like I said, it's 88 degrees. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and geez, it feels like it's 90 degrees out already here in Kentucky. So I'm going to burn another X amount of gallons, probably 15 gallons, before I leave in the morning. So in the morning, I'm going to leave a little earlier and go up and top it off. So Jesus, I've already put 30 gallons. I'll put over 30 gallons of fuel into this tank, babysitting this trailer. Yeah, the good news is that I get a 34, so I get a fresh clock. But man, it's not like being held hostage in the summertime with a -10 load, and it's just sucks your fuel down like it's drinking. The thing is running now, it's not going to stop. At night it does stop because it gets cool enough where it reaches temperature and shuts off. The second problem, or the fourth problem with this trailer is that as soon as you open the doors and back into the dock, it shuts off. And then you start getting all these messages, error 63, blah, blah, let your fleet manager know, let your road assist know. So I wrote to Road Assist and said, bro, I didn't say bro, but I said, what gives here? I've got a -10 load in the summertime, and this thing shuts off when I'm docked. I got a -10 load. This can't be going on here. We need to rectify this. So he said, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, well, really? I mean, that trailer, when I pulled it into the dock, this was southern Georgia. It was like 86 degrees on Friday. I had it at -10. I looked before I opened the doors. By the time I pulled out of that dock, it was already at 30 degrees. Nobody said nothing, but you know, it shouldn't have to be shutting off like that. So supposedly they sent the code remotely. He said, turn the reefer off, turn it back on, and hopefully, he said it should be fine. The reefer should stay running. So this trailer has been, on top of being sick, has been the bane of my existence. Probably one of the worst trailers I've got, and it's a 20. Beat up, banged up, like it looks like it was in the smash up derby. Just poor trailer has just been run through the ringer. But you know, listen, I make these videos because it's my journey, it's my story. Yeah, it may sound like I'm complaining, and maybe it is to some. And for me, it's venting, because, and I've heard many of these stories. If something happens on my shift with anything, I get it fixed immediately. I don't want to, but I get it fixed because it takes the time out of my day, and it takes away from being could be profitable because I got to turn down a load. None of us want to inherit someone else's BS, and that's what this trailer was all about. This trailer, whomever, at least one driver, let's just go with one driver decided to turn a blind eye to the whole situation with this trailer and not rectify any issues whatsoever. Pass it down the buck. And this is a problem that keeps going on and on and on with Prime. Now, Prime needs to do something. Prime needs to start cracking the whip. Prime needs to say, okay. And the driver, I'm sorry, if it happened 3 drivers down the road, they got lucky, no one said nothing, right? But the driver who dropped off that trailer, they should automatically look up who had that trailer number and tag them, penalize them monetarily. Heavy. For my time, my time is not free, folks. I mean, is your time free? Don't you want to get paid for your time? I certainly want to get paid for my time. Fuck the $20. $20 is a joke. You know, that doesn't even buy you friggin' breakfast anymore in this country. Monetarily smash them for turning a blind eye. And let me tell you, you set that precedence, 90% of the time, they're going to say, okay, I'm not taking that hit on for screw-ups or for something that breaks. I need to get this thing fixed so it doesn't keep going down the road and keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. How long has this trailer, as soon as you open the doors, shut right off? It's probably been going on forever. No one's ever said nothing. How long has the mud flap been hanging off and missing? I don't know. At least one drive shift from somebody else. You know, the pins broke on my watch. I'm doing whatever I can to get them fixed, so the next person who gets this trailer doesn't have to sweat and freak out and then take it to Petro. So I'm going to sacrifice my time. Unfortunately, Petro didn't have it, so it's got to be handled tomorrow. Either I go to a trailer shop or I go to another spot and get it done, which means there's a possibility that I'm going to lose all of Monday or most of Monday because I had to wait for almost 5 hours on Saturday to even get looked at. Never mind, they couldn't fix it. So I'm going to lose all Monday or part of Monday where I could be possibly running down the road to picking up a load. But that's what I do, and that's what should be done, is do the right thing and get the friggin' thing fixed. So this way, again, the next person doesn't inherit this. Now, let me tell you something real quickly. Ever since I've been on the road, a lot of things have been going wrong, which I didn't want to make videos about and like whine and complain. But it is what it is, man. You know, things sometimes appear to be going sideways and going down. You just got to keep 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward, because you're going to get days that, like, literally, I was second guessing, like, man, I should have just not buy this truck, you know. It's just the load sucked, you know, just a few things that irked me, and, you know, I was in my own head. Became negative Nancy, and when things don't go your way, maybe the next day it'll start picking up, and it didn't happen for me. It took about almost a week of just things going sideways that were unexpected, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? I mean, I don't need this at my age. I don't need this. I don't need to be doing this shit, you know. But things are getting better, you know. Once, you know, and they put the icing on the cake. Getting sick is absolutely wrecks your mental attitude. I mean, it just wipes you out. Where every little thing that goes on pisses you off. At least for me, it does. But I guess being on this load, only 600 miles from the 01 to the 90, and picking up Friday and delivering Monday, is a blessing in disguise, because I got to rest yesterday. I got here at about 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm over 24 hours sitting here. I was able to, you know, just relax, talk to people, whatever the case may be, sleep all. I went to bed like 8 o'clock yesterday. I woke up 8 o'clock this morning. I needed that rest. Feel better today, but I'm still congested, as you can probably hear. And I got today off. I can sleep pretty much till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning is when I'm going to leave. I'm only 120 miles down the road from the 01. 8 o'clock's my delivery, and I'm waiting and hoping that Monday becomes a better day. You know, we're gonna have to deal with this trailer. road assistant knows. Yeah, I definitely want to kick this down. I want to kick this trailer down the road too. I don't want this trailer anymore. This trailer has just been an absolute nightmare for the last 4 days. But it's got to get fixed, because if I don't do it, someone else is going to jump in. The tandems are not going to slide, and it could cause them to say, you know, fuck it, and run down the road and be heavy and then get an overweight ticket. We don't want. I don't want that. I want to take care of it. Hey, listen, it's documented. At least I tried. They know about it. I'll reach out to Road Assist, and they're gonna say go fix it, of course, because it's on my truck. I'm carrying it. So there's a chance I may have to come. I don't, you know, I gotta look over there where I'm dropping off and see what the closest place is for me to. It's got to be a TA Loves to get this trailer fixed. I'd rather go to a TA at Petro. Typically, they're better mechanics and they have the parts. Loves is kind of. I haven't had good success with Loves. I got an oil change once. Real quick story, and I'll hang up because it's a long-winded video. They cracked the oil. They cracked the pan. Not cracking. I mean, they opened up the drain plug, emptied my oil, changed my filter, and then the guy comes up to me and goes, "Sir, I have to inform you that we don't have the oil that you required." I said, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Yeah, we don't have the oil that you need." I said, "But so you opened up my oil pan, drained the oil, changed the filter out, and now you tell me that you don't have the oil? So what are we going to do about it?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Here, let me give you a suggestion. Get in your fucking car, go to the auto parts store and get fucking 11 gallons of 10W30 and put it in my truck." You know, I said, really, that's an incompetent move. This happened to me. You drain my oil out of my truck to then let me know and let the mechanic know that you don't have the oil in stock. And that's what he did. He jumped in his car and came back with 11 gallons of Mobile Delvac 10W30 and put it in my truck. This is what goes on. So anyway, listen, better days are ahead for everyone. Hang in there. But guys, the moral of the story is this: if you get a trailer that's got some flaws to it, fix it. It's not that hard. Yeah, it's time consuming, but you ain't got to get dirty. So just fix it so the next person down the road doesn't have to deal with fixing it. Because it's an inconvenience at the end of the day. Please, just give some thought, some consideration for the next person. Sounds good, doesn't it? All right, listen, folks, be safe. Make great decisions.